This place is built based on the philosophy and the caregiving approach that my dad has, and everybody here believes in it. My father was Lloyd F. Moss Sr., the founder and initiator of the Lloyd F. Moss Free Clinic. His passion in life was providing health care for anybody that needed it at any time and any place. So I remember getting up and going on house calls with him in the middle of the night, going out to the farmers and sitting on the back porch while he went in and took care of the people, and this was just his life purpose and his commitment.
I think the overall mission, the overall philosophy of the Moss Clinic is to treat every human being with dignity, with respect, with caring, concern, compassion, and I think that shines through in the mission of this organization. We'll see folks with back pain, with high blood pressure, with diabetes. Sometimes we'll diagnose people with cancers and heart disease here in the clinic. So really it spans the entire breadth of what ails human beings. That's what patients come to the free clinic for.
It's your next door neighbor and a person down the street and unemployed people that you've known for years and people that are homeless, and it's all across the board. And they're given really exceptional care by providers that really care about them. That's absolutely the best of what we should be doing. And that's exactly what we're doing.
Yes, I love you. I heard about the Moss Clinic back in May of 2012 when I was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer. I went for a yearly checkup. The PA found a little small mass in my left breast, and she just said, "Oh, don't worry about it, it's just an adenoma." Well, come February 2012, that little pea size had gone to the size of a peach. My mom had breast cancer, my aunt, my grandmother, one of my aunt's sisters, they've all had different types of breast cancer. So I knew what it was, and I wasn't quite ready to deal with it at that moment. I knew there was help out there, you just had to find it. Moss Clinic, I said I have to go for them. And they called me within like 2 or 3 days of finding out I was sick. I felt good that there was somebody out there that was willing to help.
I learned from my dad that the real calling for anybody is to provide service for your fellow man. All the volunteers and all the caregivers here are compassionate people who will do anything, anytime to help anybody that walks through the door.
It really is more about giving than getting. What does it do for me? It lets me get to meet a lot of very interesting people that I wouldn't otherwise meet. It lets me work with colleagues that I really enjoy working with. Yes. ¿Necesitas hablar español? I have friends who volunteer here, and they've said that they have a lot of people who couldn't speak Spanish. And they suggested that once I retired that this would be a good thing for me. So I thought, why not? And I boned up on my Spanish vocabulary for medical things and came in and said, here I am, and they just jumped. Bueno, adios. I love working here. I walk in with a smile and I leave with a smile. It's a good place to be.
The door is wide open to the volunteers, and there's so many opportunities. So many opportunities. It could be pharmacy, it could be the dental clinic, it could be administrative like I'm doing. The opportunities here are extremely rich and varied, and I would really recommend it for anybody, especially if someone that's interested in the healthcare profession. Hey Donna, you got a minute? There's a lot of people who are hurting in many ways, have some really terrible health problems, and it's very rewarding to see someone that doesn't have health insurance, to see that they get the help they need here at the clinic. I guess it's just a good feeling. If that sounds kind of warm and fuzzy, I guess so be it.
When the clinic opened, there was a physician feeling that this was a community endeavor, and all the physicians in the community were dedicated to help support the clinic. So that was kind of the philosophy when the clinic was formed. And to me, it's still the philosophy. We feel that we have some sort of a commitment to our community, I mean, basically, and to the people.
I've volunteered a number of places. I volunteered for Rescue Squad, I've volunteered for other nonprofits. I love Moss because I see the direct impact that my care for these people has. I see that when I care about the patients and I put in the extra effort for them, you literally see the impact that has on them and their lives. And it's a great feeling. That's amazing.
April of 2012, I went to the Moss Free Clinic after having a heart attack and being transported to Mary Washington Hospital. No insurance, I wasn't presently employed. I had a lot of difficulty in my life. They had to put 3 stents into my heart, and basically at Mary Washington I told them what my situation was, and they said, okay, we're going to set you up with the Moss Free Clinic. They've sent me for scans. They wanted to make sure that everything is okay. If you tell them that anything is hurting, they don't want to take a chance. They want to send you for a scan. The medications, a 30-day supply is $1. A 60 to 90-day supply is $2. If I didn't have these medications, which have to be costing the Moss Free Clinic, I would be dead. You're not treated as a number, you're treated as a person that's having a problem where they want to help you and they want to see you be able to live a good life. The Moss Free Clinic is awesome, and they've made my life better.
We have 6 chairs that are as good as you can get. I frequently say I wish my office was as nice as the Moss Clinic. When I came along, my chiefs instilled in me that I was trained to do something a little different. This community has been very good to me, good to my children, my grandchildren. I owe something back to the community, and these are people that need help. When you see somebody walk into the clinic and they're in such pain that they're crying, to take that patient and in a half an hour get the source of the problem out, and they walk out saying thank you, and they're no longer crying, and they're going to be perfectly okay. That's the reward I get to do work at the Moss Clinic.
I think people, when they don't have health insurance and they're not quite sure where to get their care, they can sometimes feel like second-class citizens, and that's awful. But here they feel welcomed, here they feel understood, and here their complaints are heard, and the best treatment is provided.
We all need help at some point in our lives, at all different levels, and many of these people have been thrust into situations beyond their control, and to be able to help them maybe over a hump or over an issue, then maybe that gets them back onto their original path.
And when the patient comes in and signs in for their appointment, they're a patient here, and they're worthy of respect, and anything I can do to help them, I will.
It is a judgment-free zone. It doesn't matter to me where you come from or how you got here. I'm just glad you're here, and I'm glad that we can give you the very best care we can.
I was making $60,000 a year as a logistics analyst, and the recession hit, and our funding ended, and I was without a job. It's the kind of situation where I have money for my basic needs, but I have no money for health care. During that time, where I thought I had cancer, they said that I needed to get a lumpectomy, which I did. And thank God it turned out it was precancerous. But they told me it was the kind that spread really fast. I was worried that I might get the cancer back because you're supposed to go back for another x-ray. I just figured, well, hope for the best, pray, hope nothing turns up. And so 3 years later, I get into Moss. The next day, they had me in for a comprehensive mammogram and found out that day, no cancer, you're fine. So for 3 years I was worrying, and because of Moss, that was completely taken care of. The thing that really struck me was just how incredibly decent and kind absolutely everyone is. It's like going into a world that you wish the rest of the world was.
This is a beautiful, beautiful facility. It is clean, it is new. When you walk into it, you get a professional feeling like someone is going to take care of you.
This facility depends almost entirely on donations to keep the doors open and provide the care.
I think our community is blessed. I mean, the very generous folks who made donations to make this space possible made sure that the clinic is of the most professional quality. This free clinic is just as advanced as your average primary care practice, if not more. The staff here, I think, are just modern-day living saints, honestly. They devote so much time, so much energy to making sure that their patients get the best care they can.
I spent my career as a teacher, so I always sort of felt that I was a helper. Somebody who tried to make things happen for the good, and that's definitely what this place does. It makes things happen for the good of the community.
He lived to take care of his fellow human being, and I think the legacy to the community is to see what the result was, see this facility, see the number of patients that we take care of, and also see the hearts of the volunteers, because they're the ones who are behind this completely.
They don't care who you are, where you came from. They're just interested, true professionals, in helping people to feel well, to feel good, and to be able to live a better life.
I do feel fortunate. It's like a new lease on life. You get another chance. Moss Free Clinic, it is compassionate. They will do and help you in any way, shape, or form that they can.
Huge thank you. There's no words to express my gratitude.